Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar, and welcome to another episode of Deep Web Browsing, Dank Web Browsing, Dark Web Browsing. The part of the week where, honestly, it's just me sitting down relaxing and ending my lovely week off with some nice dank web browsing. And what better way to celebrate than actually having snow outside my fucking house? But, whew, let's go into episode 183, all random as usual. Let's see what the very first website is. The Mormon Mormon Transhumanist Association. These are words that I did not expect myself saying today, but apparently I did. So this is the Mormon Transhumanist Association. For those of you who don't know what transhumanism is, it's basically ascending past the mortal limits that we possess as human beings. I don't know, go play some Deus Ex while you're at it. It's probably on the Steam winter sale right now. Play that shit, enjoy it. It'll basically give you a rough idea of what it is. Cyborgs and shit. Ascending past, but apparently we've combined Mormonism into it as well too, which is a sect of Christianity. Now, I don't know how you can relate to things. Let's read into it. So it's got a Facebook, a Twitter, and a YouTube. So I always customarily open up every fucking YouTube channel I can get out of here. Might as well try it. What is it saying? It's got about 1,278 subscribers. Hey man, if you want to sub to the Mormon Transhumanist group, go for it, dude. But let's go I got to see what their most favorite, famous video really is, by the way. Sort by most popular real quick. Let me see this. Where are we at? Quantum physics consciousness, things that wouldn't exactly expect Mormon conventions to talk about. But here you got the contribution. Damn straight, dude. Name of the Mormon Utah Valley Meetup 2018 Fall Social. It's a pretty active website. Affirmation. We are disciples of the gospel of Jesus Christ, which is to trust in, change towards, and fully immerse our bodies and minds in the role of Christ. Hail Jeebus! We believe the scientific knowledge and technological power are amongst the means ordained of God to enable such exaltation, including realization of diverse prophetic visions of transfiguration, immortality, resurrection, renewal of the world, and the discovery and creation of worlds without the end. I'm pretty sure that's like the fearful. I don't know, dude. I don't think those go with wholesome Christian beliefs, right? Immortality, becoming gods, all that. I don't know, dude. We understand the gospel to be compatible. So they believe that the Bible is compatible with fucking, wanted to be androids and immortal and shit. We feel a duty to use science and technology. Thank you. All right. I mean, you use what you can perceive in the world around you. We seek the spiritual and physical exaltation of individuals and their anatomies, as well as communities and their environments, according to blah, 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 blah. We practice our discipleship when we offer friendship, and that all may be many in one when we receive truth. It's like fucking My Little Pony, dude. Friendship is magic. What is the role of Christ in transhumanism? All right, let's actually, I want to read that one up too. Appreciate the role of Jesus Christ in overcoming death and sin. Isn't Jesus like the Son of God though for Christians? Like, isn't that like the easy, I think he's in a little good grace with God. You know what I mean? Like, if any motherfucker's gonna be immortal, I'm pretty sure it would be the Son of God. You need sort of putting it out there. Distinguish between Jesus the person and Christ the title. Okay. Take seriously Jesus' invitation to take the role of Christ. So, the martyr, the one to die for the sins. Make connection with the role of Christ and the aims of transhumanisms. What, like fucking sacrifice myself for the sins of what? All right, ladies and gentlemen. So apparently they linked Christ, or at least the message that Jesus brought, the mantle that he carried, into becoming futuristic cyborgs. Jesus Christ, this is something, dude. What is Mormon transhumanism? Let's fucking read this. Mormon teachings about humans becoming gods connect with transhumanistic ideas about using technology to enhance the human condition. Mormon transhumanism embraces science and religion to work towards these corresponding aims. Mormonism is a religion that was developed by Joseph Smith in the early 1800s, who on claims about who God is and what God wants for us. The name Mormon came from the new book of Scripture, the Book of Mormon, that Smith translated by the gift and power of God. Mormonism teaches a unique idea about how humans relate to God. Mormonism maintains that God wasn't always God, but became God, and that humans should try to become gods too. Okay, all right. Some would disagree heavily, and there are parts of the world where the disagreement can turn quite hostile. So I'm not even going to go into, please do not turn my comment section to a fucking religious turf war. Okay, I don't fucking care. Nobody should. It's deep web browsing, not religious wake up sheeple hour or any hour, sort of speaking. Sometimes I know there never actually happens to be that case, but I'm always just watching out, man. I hate reading a comment section that's just not covered in the topic of the video. Well, not covered properly. You know, when you talk about religion or politics with anybody, it's always going to be toxic in the comment section, dude. Like, there is never like proper discussions. So over here, God was once as we are now. Okay, so the idea of being in God's image, I guess, that I didn't know about Mormonism. I didn't know Mormons actually thought that God was, I guess, humanish in you know, his or her limited, like, earlier, I guess you could say, life, so to speak. I didn't actually know that. So now that I read it this way, I mean, Mormonism and transhumanism, which is a whole belief of, you know, exalting and becoming bigger than what you already are, becoming a greater person, you know, fighting the limits that we carry in our bodies, actually come well together. So yeah, this is actually surprisingly interesting, to be honest with you. So, you know, you go to their news section, they've got, you know, okay, it's a pretty active one. So they got December 11, 2018, which is like literally this month. So congrats on that. The about section over here, we've already sort of seen this. Primers, let's see this. Each primer includes the following. So they got objective, summary, call to actions, all that good stuff. Quotes. Let's look at the quotes. So they've got Joseph Smith here offering some quotes around this shit. Blogs. All right, the Transfigurist. That's some good photo work right there, actually. God damn, that's really cool. What is a common Mormon perspective on life extension? Is influenced by several scripturally based ideas. Infants born during will reign up to the age of a tree, and some trees can live over 4,000 years. Similarly, the Book of Mormon describes three of Jesus' disciples. All right, so first of all, you know, there's a million ways you can look at this kind of a situation. We'll get to it in a second. So they've got meetings in the Utah Valley, Bay Area, and Seattle chapter. So if you want to actually meet up, you can email them and talk about a meetup or something of this. It actually looks really interesting. I'm not a Mormon myself, or I mean, I'm not transhumanist myself either. I'm a fucking Indian dude on the internet. I would actually like to go and see one of these in person and talk to some of these people, because the actual stuff is interesting, right? Like, I actually didn't know that about Mormonism. I might actually, you know, read up more about it after this. I don't know, but interesting right here. If you want to join it though, before we go, $100 to become a voting member. $40 to become a voting member. That's reduced apparently if you're a student, unemployed, retired, or residents of less developed countries. Yeah, you know. Basic, which is free. So if you want to be a voting member, you got to pay. If you want to be a basic bitch, that's free to go. All right, dude. Interesting stuff indeed. Never thought I would combine Mormonism and transhumanists together, but apparently we did. Let's go to the next website. Running a successful and profitable gambling ring. All right, first of all, do not do this in real life. It's fucking illegal. I don't know if I have to it's illegal. I do not condone you running gambling rings. Not that you should. So over here, let's see this. The following information is offered for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. The procedures contained below are illegal. Yeah, they are. Don't do them. Opening a gambling ring can be very profitable. Oh yeah, it can be. Trust me. Actually, they're not even kidding about that. The best kind of fucking crime though, like over drugs or anything, is probably just gambling, dude. Like you can't contain it. It is something to do, man. You're not even producing anything. You're just literally preying on people and their greed. So yeah, but you will face two problems. The organized crime will not like others cutting into this very profitable and illegal business. Yeah, you won't, dude. They'll cut your head off. I'm just saying. They may hurt you badly, or you may be among the others who are given cement shoes and thrown in the river or lake. You face the problem of being busted for illegal gambling and lots of fines, legal costs, and jail time. Yeah, leave it to the big criminal syndicates to fight amongst each others over this. Don't just do it. It's fucked up. You are going to need to be a badass, because you will need to collect the bets from people who lost and are not paying you. Motherfucker, you gotta have the fortitude to walk up to a guy's like, you're gonna pay what you owe. God damn, dude. You will have to instill fear in them and bust a couple of their bones. If you have problems doing this, you can always hire someone to work for you, to do this dirty work. Oh yeah? You will still have to be a tough fucker to kick some ass with some of those people that work under you. If they begin to steal your money, or try to open their own gambling ring. You may also break apart any competition that you may have. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh shit, dude. I mean, they're giving you. Why am I laughing so hard at an illegal gambling ring? I gotta relax, man. Jesus. But yeah, it's pretty much exactly what you have to do. Like, I mean, uh, yeah, that's what it is. That's run. What you need to have enough money to cover all the bets people place with you. Absolutely. You should have enough to sustain at least a month or two of straight losses that you have to pay out. You also need a weapon, preferably a gun, along with some bodyguards, so that the large sums of money you collect is safe. And if somebody tries to rob your gambling ring, you also need lots of people to work under you. The people should be honest, trustworthy, and loyal to you. Yeah, in the illegal gambling trade, it's called putting the fucking gun to the face, dude. You better work properly for me, homie. Just saying. They need to have strong enough connection to know a lot of people they can take bets from. The person that works for you should carry a vow of silence. That means if the cops bust them, they keep their mouth shut and don't tell the cops or feds anything else. Okay? You also should have a car phone for each person that collects bets. You would have a better gambling ring and smoother operation if you operated on your computer with a good gambling program or database. Yeah, welcome to the future, old man. I mean, what are we gonna fucking use? Rolodexes? Types of gambling. So you got pull squares. Safest and easiest form of gambling. You take a game, say for instance a football game, and draw 100 boxes. 11 boxes wide and 11 boxes high. You label the horizontal team A and the vertical team B, and then reserve the top row for numbers. You also reserve the far left vertical column for numbers. Now charge people $20 a box. They write their names in any of the box. You tell them that it's $20 per box, and that if there's a single winner based on the final box of the game wins 1,200. You sell all 100 boxes and put 10 numbers in a hat, 0 to 9. Draw one number at a time and write one number per box in the top row. Place all the numbers back in the hat and do the same for the far left vertical column. These numbers correspond to Team A and Team B. If your final score of the game is 35 Team A, 6 Team B, you would use a chart and always take the last digit of each team score and find the person who has that box. For example, find top row 5 and vertical column 6. The person in this box coordinate wins. So long as you sell all the boxes for each game chart, you collect 2,000 total and pay 1,200 to a single winner. That leaves you with a nice and easy profit of $800 for about a half hour's worth of work. Holy shit, yeah, that's fucking real, dude. I mean, not that I'm saying you should do it, but yeah, they're not kidding. That's how illegal gambling fucking works, dude. I believe, if anything, like the Indian mafia back home, is like, this is like their biggest business ever. Like, they do drugs and like they sell all this shit, like traffic humans, but like the biggest thing they do is like is gambling, right? I don't know what it's called. I think it's like satta, something like that. It's a Hindi word that it's not immediately at the top of my head, but like the Kokori, like Kokori Indians. Wow, I totally mispronounced that. I think it's too late at night. Their biggest business is illegal gambling. So like, yeah, this shit is real, dude. This shit makes bank. Trust me. If he loses the bet, you will collect 11. So this is like straight bets. And then numbers, which is another profitable type of gambling, and other gambling types. There are tons of other gambling types that I will not discuss because it would take up too much time and space. If you're interested in other forms, go to your bookstore, local library, and check out and read as many books as possible on the topics of gambling. So yeah, they basically given you gambling situations that take maybe about an hour, hour and a half, but have profits ranging from like $600 to like, up in the thousands at this point. And this stuff isn't too different from like, I would say, like legal gambling, shit you would see in Las Vegas. I mean, for sure, this is rigged more towards the house's favor. Not saying legal gambling isn't for sure, but illegal gambling is still subject to regulatory practices. This shit, if you go to an illegal gambling house, you're probably going to lose more than you could ever win. Because at the same time, for any gambling house to be profitable, it has to be fucking rigged from the start, right? So don't gamble your money. This is exactly why I say never gamble your money. You're not really going to win, all right? Unless you're gambling an amount that for you is really tiny and you have the amount of self-control, at that point it's okay. But I've seen terrible stories with gambling, guys. I wouldn't fucking bother with that shit. You work hard for your money. Spend it on something that you get tangible results from, dude. If you're getting wasted with the $500 you could have spent gambling, I would say that's at least better than gambling. Sure, you might win, but trust me, more often than not, that's a fluke. You're going to lose way more than you fucking gain. Just putting that one out there. But hey, if you find it fun, be responsible. You know, there's Muda's life advice for the fucking week. Let's go somewhere else. Recipe roulette. All right, dude. This is new to me, boys and girls. So apparently there is a website that gives me random fucking recipes over and over and over again. You know, interestingly enough, this is, the first time we looked into like cooking videos on the deep web, it was like marijuana cookies, right? Like, this is how we cook marijuana and ravioli together. Cushy ravioli is what we like to call it. Eat this with some nice ricotta cheese, and by the end of it, I swear you will be in fucking cloud nine. But I guess it's like actual cooking, dude. I don't know why there needs to be a deep website for basic cooking recipes, but let's look at it. Smoked chicken. 1 whole chicken, 3.5 pounds. Salt, brown sugar, pit sauce. What is this? Preheat the smoker if possible. Use mesquite chunks as the smoke delivery medium. Rub the chicken with a quantity of salt and dark brown sugar to your liking. Prepare a smoker for its long barbecuing journey. I built a smoker comprised of 2 terracotta tree pots, an electric hot plate with a rheostat, an ancient iron pie plate to hold the smoldering wood chunks, and an analog thermometer to gauge temperature. Literally the most jerry-rigged fucking smoker you could hear of. But hey, man, they cooked their chicken. Is this really recipe roulette? You gotta be fucking kidding me. It's not gonna give me a new recipe. So it does give you a new recipe. What? Southwestern fried chicken. 1 frying chicken, white vinegar, 8 cloves garlic, 1 new Mexican chili pod, 5 chili de árbol pods, half tablespoon cumin seeds. Is that tablespoons or teaspoons? I'm not sure what the demonym for it is. Salt, flour, peanut oil. Carve the chicken into 8 pieces. Yo, this is actually like, this is a fucking straight up recipe website. There's like, I mean, there's no mention of marijuana at all. I'm kind of surprised. It's the most humble like cooking recipe website ever. This is like perfect. If you pork carne guisada, there's got to be something here. There's got to be something in the page source that's telling me something, dude. Is there any references of human trafficking? No, it's just a food cooking website. Pork carne guisada, dude. What? Wait, go refresh. PA.chicken. It's just a cooking thing. It's not even like it's aggregating it from somewhere. This person actually put their own. It's just like a chef that is so scared of mainstreaming their recipes that they made a fucking deep website for their recipes. Gumbolaya. Intelligent readers of the site saw this one coming. A novel hybrid of gumbo and jambalaya. The deliciousness continues. They have personality. What am I reading? It's literally a deep website for Texas red. The finest bowls of red imaginable imparts a nuclear detonation of heat. What is this? It's just... there's got to be mentions of methamphetamine, so you got to have a meth cooking recipe somewhere. Cajun jambalaya 3-to-1. Now we're talking about ratios. Chicken chorizo strips. No, I'm gonna give this 5 more times. Serbian moussaka. No, there's nothing in here. It's just cooking recipes. All right, roast chicken and sawmill gravy. I think that's like country gravy or something, like the white stuff. Whatever. Okay. Fucking Gordon Ramsay, I think, made this fucking website. I don't know. All these recipes sound fucking delicious, and the more I keep refreshing, the more hungrier I'm going to get, and it's gonna fucking piss me off. So, yeah, there's a deep website for recipes. Can I say I saw that coming? To an extent, yeah, but I think this is the perfect example of when anybody tells you, man, the deep web is full of so much dark, scary shit. I just found a website that gives you delicious recipes. So, hey, people of all age, economics, and every single identifier can give you right now, it's late. You can learn how to cook right here. It gives you very interesting, it gives you all the ingredients, and a lovely written method. It's like the fucking blue apron, the dank apron of the internet, man. This is great, dude. I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna like dial myself back, and we're gonna go somewhere else. Onion soup. Ooh, welcome to my onion blog. Well, thank you. It was updated in like 2018. It was updated lately, I think, man. Actually, it's been a while since this was updated. Jesus. The subject explored will be diverse. But the main focus will be on criticizing the total loss and breakdown of rationality in U.S. politics. All right, let's not make this a political turf war. I don't care at all. I'm Canadian. Okay, you think I have a fucking say in politics down in the States? Fuck no. All right, you know what my country does? We rub maple syrup over ourselves to camouflage us. Not really. That's that's pretty wrong, but let's go down and read this. So onion sniffers, Damon sniffers, that's fucking cool. Random political thoughts. For expressing ideas, my Huguenot and Quaker ancestors were tortured in European dungeons. Ooh, starting off spicy. They fled the dungeons for the New World on fire. With the cause of freedom and equality, the hell-found Penn's colony waged a centuries-long political struggle against human enslavement, and during the Revolution, a few were convicted of sedition against the crown. Yeah, you filthy patriots fighting against the queen, what's wrong with you? Looking back, man, I'm sad that Canada's not even a free country. Looking back objectively at their deeds and writings, after the dungeons and the tortures, my ancestors were batshit crazy, but in a noble way. It takes a lot of humility to admit that you came from fucking insanity, does it not? Torture is a nastily efficient means of radicalizing its victims. Yeah, man, if somebody kept doing Chinese water torture on me, I'd be a crazy bastard too. But for the persecution of European heretics, dissidents, dreamers, and utopians, there'd be no America. You hear that? You hear that, Europe? America only exists because you tortured a bunch of people that made their own country. What the fuck, dude? No reason for those who invented it to have quit Europe. My ancestors were dungeon people, activists and seditionists. They referred to themselves as such, and they were always proud of these facts. I'm a genetic descendant of the dungeon people. Can we stop saying the dungeon people, okay? What the fuck? The activists and the seditionists who sacrificed themselves to midwife America into being. And I'm immensely proud of them, too. Okay. God bless you. You switched on the TV set, listened to the pellet head behind the anchor desk. I feel like that's some fucking racial term, dude. But you do not shut the TV off, nor do you listen. You seize on every word, receiving and adopting the blather. Okay, so let's see. Bill O'Reilly, who was not in a combat situation during the Falklands War, having survived a combat situation in Argentina during the Falklands. Okay, Brian Williams, there's shade being tossed around. Okay, but let's go around over here. It just goes on and on. A list of famous American blunders. Okay, these are American blunders. All right, let's read these. Vietnam War, drug war, 1974, peak wages in real dollars, in-rem forfeiture, tech stock bubble and burst, Afghanistan War, Iraq War. A lot of wars America runs into the world, dude. Housing bubble and burst, torture. That's like any country, dude. What do you mean blunders? Every country's tortured, okay? Every single one, except Canada. We're fucking globally nice. Fuck you. Libyan bombing campaign, Syrian war, pervasive cop brutality. 1.2 thousand per year cop-induced civilian kill rate, forced cavity searches. That's actually kind of true, man. I've been cavity searched once by the U.S., man. That's a weird. That's the thing, man. Like what the fuck, man? All right, like you just gonna search a guy because they look Indian, man? That's a little fucking racist, dude. But hey, man, I didn't care, dude. If you're gonna make me feel uncomfortable, I'm gonna make you shove your finger up my ass. I don't fucking care, dude. You want to check my cavity so fucking bad? I will make it live in hell for you. There's a little too much information to give, but hey, man, you got to stand for what you believe in, and you got to stand for your own self-respect, dude. All right, Jesus Christ. Extra legal detention, extra legal drone assassination, $21 trillion national debt. God damn, dude. Motherfucker. They made recipe roulette? This is why this is an easier website to find. We found the god of recipe roulette. When you're not talking about America's blunders, you talk about delicious foods. What the fuck? Super religion. Let's open up super religion. I actually want to read that. That's fucking kind of cool, dude. It sounds kind of cool. Let's open up super religion. I've got other things like, file hosting, wikis, AVs. You've got personal, Christian, Lucky Eddie, and all these other things. So you go up over here, and they've got tons of extra shit over here. So let's look at Torture Pie. Yeah, fucking might as well open up Torture Pie. I want to read that shit. Let's compare a religious belief with a super religious belief. Okay. Religious belief, former White House director, marijuana leads to homosexuality and therefore to that actually got said? The U.S. actually said if I smoke pot, I become gay and I get AIDS? Holy shit. What the fuck? I was just gonna back out of that one. That's a pile you don't want to get into. Torture pie. Let's open up torture pie, dude. Torture pie. The object of torture is torture. It's a deep meaning to that. Torture, after decades of a worldwide decline, has become afresh, been restored, or is now normalized in many non-American countries. The U.S. government's recent record of torture has been routinely cited by foreign torture masters. I refuse to believe these are actual job titles we can give. To justify their forbidden procedures, as demonstrated by opinion polls, most Americans prefer tortures than those who oppose it, at least when it's inflicted on parties other than themselves. It was a fatal blunder for American political elites to have muddled the torture waters. According to the polls, most Americans no longer harbor ethical gripes against the atrocity, but they should have practical self-interest motives in opposing it. Suppose that you and your lovely new wife Buffy honeymoon in a Buffy? I like vampire slayers, dude. Honeymoon in a foreign country where torture has been restored. You and Buffy are seized for a misdemeanor, and that both of you are efficiently tortured to within an inch of your life. You and Buffy will pitch a fit, cry foul, and squeal bloody murder, but no one will give a hoot. Foreigners will insist Americans wanted their torture. Ooh, sorry, little recording glitch over there, my god. Alright, anyways, what were we back to? Foreigners will insist Americans wanted it. What are these Americans crying about? One finer flaw with the U.S. universally legislating the practice of torture: those who devised it, Bush, Cheney, Bybee, Hugh, Gonzalez, are too powerful to be captured and subject to its torments. Oh, but you and little Buffy? You guys can get that perfect torture objects. My lord, dude. So apparently the United States government has... Wait, what is this? American political elites revived the practice of torture, which has been called back or was eliminated. It was they who slapped an all-American as apple pie face on the abomination. Wow. Are you fucking serious? Did you Americans really make torture as American as apple pie? What the fuck, dude? I mean, I know that Gitmo had like the fetish with fucking waterboarding, but I didn't know it was an all-American pastime, dude. Holy shit! I shouldn't be laughing. It's fucked up, but like, Jesus Christ! Clearly, this is written by somebody that has lost their love for the United States, and I'm not gonna go into that, dude. I don't want to be put on a fucking watch list for even like coming near this. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna go near it. But like, when you go to a site that says torture pie, you've truly seen the best of humanity, and I think in that regards, that's pretty sweet. I would say it's pretty awesome. But with it all said, I'm actually going to stop this, and we're going to go somewhere else. We'll keep this for later. We might actually return to the site. Let me know if you want to return to the Torture Pie website in the comment section below. But for now, let's back out and go somewhere else. And welcome to our deep web video of the week, ladies and gentlemen. The part of the week where you sit back, relax, and watch that dank web video. Now, this is about 2 minutes and 2 seconds long, way above our actual averages lately, by over a minute, to be honest. So, I'm looking at a dirty floorboard that I can only see in Minecraft resolution, like really bad Minecraft resolution, like Minecraft Alpha, Infiniminer, or something like that. Let's hit play and see what we got. Okay. Oh, come on! It's the normal porn for normal people shit. We got the guy wearing the... Come on! That's what it is, dude. It's normal porn for normal people. What the fuck? You can tell it's the... Oh, dude, this guy... It's the guy. It's the shirtless dude. All right, we'll look around. Let's see what we got. Open up... Fold up that chair, baby boy. We got what appears to be numbers. Toss that chair aside. Go angry, go ham, and just stare right back. What a Chad, this guy. What an actual fucking Chad. And then you look back down. And that's, this whole normal porn for normal people shit needs to be covered again, let me tell you. Put the chair back up again, and nobody's there. Oh! Holy fucking shit. Okay, the little girl fucking showing her face, that completely got me, Jesus Christ. Okay, look around. And that's it. That's all we're getting out of this situation. Jesus. He's just gonna like look around and do that shit. Like you can barely tell it's being made out. That's the thing. It's clearly like defeated on something. And look around all you want, it's not gonna change the fact that you are still defeated, my friend. Like zoom in. Don't do that. I don't want to like zoom up to the dude's face, man. Let's go out a little bit more. So he's standing up like a Chad again, eyeing us down. It's like the little crying girl. What the fuck? That's, dude, I'm sorry. When you put kids into something, that's just fucking. I know this is like an art or something like that, but I'm sorry. When you put like kids into something like this shit, it's a freaky situation, man. I can't do that. It's fucking way too much sometimes. Like it's not happening, dude. It's really not happening. So let's look around what we got over here. We have the folding chair that gets like sort of taken up again over and over. You know, it's got like sort of a number. So it's got what appears to be one or just an exclamation mark. Dude tosses it aside and like stares us out like a Chad. And you know, we zoom up, there's the photo again, and you know, skipping over the obvious kid that shows up, we have, you know, the dude like just sitting over there sulking around crying and shit. And then finally it like goes from that to like this dude behind a mask, and then you got a footage of this dude like looking us down from like stairs or something. It's fucking unnerving is what it is, man. Like I know the fact that this is normal porn for normal people just because I recognize the fucking alpha just standing and like, you know, staring us down in the mask, but like I feel like the kid shit was added in. Like it has like kids crying and like, you know, kid crying at some point. It's just fucking weird. Um, the moment you start putting children into the shit is the moment like I call it a day. Like I don't want to fucking delve into it any further, man. Um, I don't remember kids anywhere in the normal porn for normal people. Then again, I didn't exactly look into it as much as I really needed to, or should have at the time. But yeah, this shit's it's just like it's a damper on your night sometimes. Let me tell you, like you come across some stuff that's just fucking unnerving, dude. So yeah, you know, let me know what you guys think about the normal porn for normal people shit when it goes into like this level of eccentricity. But yeah, I think there's really all the analysis I can give. It's got, you know, kids crying, like a general message being given that is almost like you can't understand it because it's just so out there, like it's hard to really figure out, you know what I mean, because the audio is so distorted and all that good stuff. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that shit, man. I honestly I find it a little creepy, very creepy. But I'm gonna back out, I'm gonna head off somewhere else, and we'll see, we'll calm ourselves down in the next thing, dude. Let's do that. Whew, TEMPLEOS. All right, so download the free public domain 64-bit operating system. All right, so first of all, this isn't the first time we've seen this website on Day Web Browsing. We've seen it before, but this website popped up again because I think the topic itself has been a little more popular than usual. TEMPLEOS, which if you guys actually want, we can look at the operating system ourselves at some point. For sure on a video. But this website is dedicated or was run by Terry Davis, who is this man over here. Terry Davis unfortunately passed away in 2018. I believe it was suicide. I'm not sure what happened exactly. I haven't really looked so far into it. Um, I'm sure, and by look so far into it, there is definitely a lot that went on to him. For those of you who don't know, Terry Davis is somebody who was not so prone to criticism, made an entire operating system where he speaks to God, was definitely fearful of the CIA, very racially prone, and he suffered from obvious mental illness issues, and it ended up consuming his life. So 2018 was when he passed away, and that's where it was at. If you want to see it, you can download the actual ISO from here. So you can go to the download directory, and you can get a light version of it, or you can get like QEMU variants out of it. You can get like You can get variants of this operating system right over here. You can run it into like VMware or VirtualBox or whatever and call it a day. Now, what's also cool about this is that you've had, people from Coders Notes who sat down and had a constructive look at the operating system. So, in Terry Davis's honor, I guess, we'll look into like some of these OS prints. So this is actually Temple OS. It uses his own. It's his own, I guess you could say, creation of an operating system. We'll look into it real quick. 12 years on creating a new OS from scratch. Terry explains that God has instructed him to construct a temple, a 640 by 480 covenant of perfection. Unfortunately, Terry also suffers from schizophrenia. Yes. In the combination of Temple's OS, amateurish approach, and Terry's unfortunate outbursts have resulted in Temple OS often being regarded as something to mock, ignore, or forgotten. And we'll look at it right over here. So this is obviously when you boot up Temple OS. It kind of reminds me a lot of like Windows 1.0. I was reminded of a movie I once saw. Let's go down over here. Installation. Installation incredibly painless. Acts as a live CD and hard disk installer. Hit Y a couple times and you've installed it. Install faster than the Ubuntu does. Yeah, because there's really not much to it. You've got, the actual shell over here, which runs on Holy C. Same language used for the shell. That's right, you execute shell commands like a C-like language. There's no built-in calculator application because the shell itself is one. Just enter 5 plus 7 on the command line and you'll get the answer. You have a menu file. Temple OS has system-wide autocomplete. You can hit Control F1 at any point and get a list of completable words. You would just hit tabular on like Linux and get the same, right? And you can go down File Explorers. It's got like hypertext. And you've got Holy C, which is basically just C, but, it's got extensions over here. So you read at a top-level scope, executed, run through the compilers, blah, blah. So he created, like, his own methodology of... He created basically his own variant of a holy version of C. The other thing was, I remember the RAM is run, like, at the highest level. Like, it's such an easy system to break. You look into the hardware and security over there. It uses no memory protection right over here. All the code in the system runs at ring 0, the highest privilege level, meaning that a stray pointer write could easily crash the entire system. Very, very deliberate design choice, apparently. Successful machines like the C64 had the same approach, a standardized platform when you just boot it up and do things on a machine locally. The C64 was a very hands-on machine where the user was all-powerful. I guess that's sort of inclined to give God as much. I don't know. There's a lot with Terry Davis that you can't understand or can't really think through with. But this is what it is. And over here you can actually see the Reddit drama discussion page where they talked about the Terry Davis going homeless, right? And there's a lot that goes into it. We'll look at it real quick. Technical savvy, use of naughty words, live streaming caught the attention of 4chan, which, once you get the attention of like 4chan, right, you can escape that attention, but the problem is, man, it's just the people that 4chan definitely target and succeed with cannot handle the pressures of being targeted on the internet, right? Like me, we wouldn't respond to it, we wouldn't feed the trolls. This is the problem. Right over here, I'm like, Chris Chan, this guy actually has some skills. Yet he could not get a job and remain financially independent. He did. He worked assembly code for some POS at Ticketmaster. The problem is he has way too many rough edges to be employable except for work at home. His skills are very marketable. He has a tendency to attribute poor design choices to God, saying that God wanted him to do it in a particular way and refuse all attempts at constructive criticism. Yeah, exactly. So the problem is that the guy clearly can't handle constructive criticism. Saying God told you to fuck up is not, logical. That's really what it comes down to. It's kind of a sad tale, man. The guy has talent. It's just does not work the way that you want all the time, dude. It just does not work it properly. I got kicked out of my parents' house, got in a fight with dad, went to jail and a mental hospital, adapting to being homeless, hope to get a car to live in, but no loan yet. His use, physical, yeah, there it is, man. That's what it comes down to, dude. And it's fucked up when you read into a story, but the thing is that, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it works, man. But this is Terry Davis's webpage where he creates his Temple OS, or at least used to. And for all intents and purposes, if you're interested in OS development, or you're interested in really just seeing a man's life work in front of your eyes, give it in Terry Davis's honor. Might have been a crazy, eccentric individual, but that's kind of what happens when you leave mental illness unchecked, but I'm not here to sort of dwell on that. A little darker note for today's episode, but, we have those here and there. That being said, let's back out and go somewhere else. And ladies and gentlemen, that was another episode of Deep Web Browsing, Dank Web Browsing, Dark Web Browsing, the part of the week where you take a look at the danker side of the internet, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I want to thank you all for showing up. We've seen interesting stuff today. We've seen a lot of the politics being brought around, transhumanist religions, and how to run organizations that you really shouldn't be running in the first place, amongst a weirder video. But that being said, I hope you enjoyed what you liked. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like you dislike it, ladies and gentlemen. This is me, Mutahar, and I am out.